The expectations for Rachel Zegler's live-action bastardization of Disney's Snow White were certainly low going into this weekend after the months of backlash and after the miserable reviews, not just by the critics, but also by the audience. 24% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 1.2 on Metacritic, a 2.2 out of 10 over on IMDb. Nevertheless, the media tried to spin everything they possibly could. Snow White is off to a solid start despite being laden with controversy. Snow White awakens with $16 million opening day. Well, now we finally have the numbers, and it is more disastrous than we could have imagined for Disney's Snow White. A movie that was projected, projections kept going down and down and down into this weekend. Finally, the final tally was 45 to 55 million domestically and over $100 million worldwide. Well, here's the result. Box office, Snow White leads with sleepy 43 million. And then Robert De Niro's mob drama Alto Nights misfires with disastrous 3 million debut. They spent $50 million on Alto Nights. They spent over $300 million, not including marketing on Snow White. So one of them is going to be a bigger disaster than the other. Snow White may be the fairest of them all with 43 million in the domestic box office debut. But Disney's latest live-action remake is off to a sleepy start. And even more importantly, possibly, overseas, Snow White also opened slightly behind projections with 44 million for a global launch of $87 million. Projected to be over 100 million this weekend. $87 million global opening. To put that in perspective, right, Little Mermaid, that is around half of what the Little Mermaid, Black Little Mermaid, opened to 2 years ago. Under half of what Maleficent opened. This is less than Dumbo opened globally to several years ago. That was a global opening of 116 million. And Rachel Zegler's Snow White is 40 million behind that. Like, these are horrific numbers for Disney's Snow White. And the fact that you can now see, like, obviously everywhere you turn, Rachel Zegler is getting annihilated and getting destroyed all over social media. But one of the important things now that we see these numbers, this is not just like an American controversy, an American backfire type of thing. This is everyone. This is all around the world it's being rejected. Because typically, even for things like Dumbo or the sequel to Maleficent, even if they don't have super strong domestic numbers, they have decent international numbers. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil from 6 years ago made 3 times as much internationally as it did domestically. Dumbo made over twice as much internationally as it did domestically. But now Snow White, not only did it flop here in America, it flopped overseas. This is the lowest opening they've ever seen for one of these live-action remakes from Disney. This is going to be one of the biggest failures they've ever seen. We saw it coming from the start. We talked about it. Over 2 years we've been talking about this, what a bad idea it was. And nevertheless, Disney, they had to get it over with. Well, after this weekend, we can now sit here and say it's over. It's done. Finite. The only question is, how low will this be at the end? I really thought that with really no competition, a lot of backlash, whatever, maybe some more walk-up business, it looks like it's going to be worse than a lot of these projections indicated. Maybe something that won't even reach $300 million, possibly. This is an all-time low for them. A disastrous opening for Disney, but they deserve to flop. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.